Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my Cerebralites. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, back with another episode of RealiTEA. That's TEA because I give it to you piping hot. So grab your cup, grab your saucer, sit down, let's chat for a little bit. So this is going to be sort of the advanced recap to Season 9, Episode 23, 24. I don't know what number it is. There's been so many episodes this season, I've lost count. Part 3 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Now, Bravo has been teasing us for the past, it seems like 2 months. It feels like they've been teasing us with this huge blow up that happens during one of the reunion episodes. And so part 2 was a dud, part 1 was a dud, so part 3 had better be damn good. And I'm almost sure that this is where we're going to see the manifestation of all of the teasers that they've been sort of baiting us with. So I know that there's 2 competing theories. Like I made a video a couple of weeks ago where I talked about one of the theories, and people have been commenting about it and coming back to me and sort of, chewing me out about it, which is fine. Saying, well, that's not what happened. Here's the bottom line. None of us know what happened. I wasn't there, you weren't there, so until we see it, we don't know. But theory 1 is that Porsha wrote a cease and desist letter and it basically attached Candy's name and sent it to Porsha. Theory 2 is that Todd is basically alleging that Porsha slept with Apollo, Phaedra's husband, prior to his incarceration. Now, Porsha has gone on to Dish Network, her job, and refuted those allegations. So if she says it's not true, I'm going to believe her and take her at her word, but I'm going to do so with a slight side eye. Now, what's so interesting to me, though, is it really feels like people give Porsha a pass for whatever reason, and they don't really hold her accountable for a lot of the things that she does. Like, I even saw a video where people were talking about Porsha's temper compared to Candy's temper, and saying that if Porsha needs anger management, so does Candy. Now, I have to call bullshit on that. And the reason I have to call bullshit on that is because, yes, we've seen Candy have some blow-ups. I remember the scene, Candy's first season, when she and Nene sort of had the exchange, when Nene told her, I said what I said. No, I think that was a reunion, I said what I said. But there was another scene during the actual season. I think Candy told her to bring it on down. And then we also saw the scene at the hotel where Candy was sort of clapping and punching her hand, saying, that she will drag somebody. And then we saw the most recent scene in Hawaii where she said she wanted to choke Porsha. Now, who amongst us has not been guilty of being pushed to the limit where you can actually feel yourself almost about to cross that threshold and get physical with someone? Now, if people said to me, well, Candy is basically inciting Porsha to react in a violent way, I could almost buy that more so than saying Candy needs anger management. Because even if you take anger management, therapists will give you bats to hit pillows. They'll give you plates to break. They'll give you ways to release the anger on inanimate objects versus actually causing physical harm or violence to someone else. So say what you want to say about Candy. We haven't seen Candy attack another castmate. She can threaten, she can say what she wants to say, but until she puts her hands on someone, it's not the same thing. We all get angry. We've all been cut off by someone in traffic. We've all had an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend or whomever you date or see that has wronged us in some way, that has driven us to the point of, some people keying cars or slicing tires or, doing other things that we feel we have to get a release out. So Candy is no different. And so I don't think that comparing Candy's blow-ups and her tears because she's in a very emotionally vulnerable place. I mean, think about it. What Porsha essentially accused Candy of is rape. It's rape. This is why, sexual assault and rape, you can't trivialize that. You can't just sort of throw it around and just say, well, I'm gonna say she raped me because she said this about me and I don't like it. You don't get to yell fire in a crowded theater, and this is why rape sometimes is hard to prove for a lot of women, because women like Porsha trivialize it and use it as a tool to sort of further their own personal agendas. If it didn't happen, then you don't say it happened. Be able to defend yourself on true facts. And that's why, for me, I tend to lean towards Kandi, because Kandi has receipts. Porsha does not. All Porsha has is sort of these hyperbolic allegations that she's created in her own mind. And also, like, you see Porsha, I keep telling people, to me, Porsha is a shapeshifter. She doesn't know who she is. She has no clue who she is as a woman. And so she sort of takes on the personality of those who she's around. When she was with Cordell, she was a wife and, aspiring mother, if you will. After that, when she was single, she was hanging out with her single friends. She wanted to be a thought for a little bit. Now she wants to be a business mogul. Like, she's trying, and like I think I've said this before. That's fine. We're all entitled to this period of self-discovery. We're all entitled to our own roads of evolution. So I'm okay with that. But at the same time, you cannot be a thought one day and then the victim the next day. Listen, if you like to munch, if that's what you're into, if you wanted to eat Kandi's box, that's fine. And look, two consenting adults are two consenting adults. It's really not my business. I'm okay with it either way. But why lie about it? Sometimes I think it's better to say nothing than to lie about it. Because, you just completely discredit yourself when you start lying about it. And then for Kandi to have receipts showing that exactly what she said happened. I don't know what more proof you need. And I'm just sort of incredulous at the fact that people, for whatever reason, seem to think that Porsha has a more viable story than Kandi. It's ridiculous to me. So the episode is coming up on Sunday. I guess we'll all finally get to see the conclusion in terms of what happened. Well, maybe not the conclusion, but at least we'll get to see what happened, why it happened, and why people were running off stage and crying in tears. But I'm Team Kandi 100%. There would have to be something drastic to happen for me to change that position. I don't dislike Porsha in any way. I think that, she seems like a cool person overall. I just don't think she knows who she is. And I think that sometimes, hurt people. And Porsha is in a very dark place, believe it or not. She wants a child. It looks like she's having fertility issues. She has a divorce under her belt. She just seems like she's in a very hurt place. I don't even think that in terms of her sexuality, she knows what she wants. We saw her preach a religious sermon against homosexuality. And then here we find out that, she's sort of this closeted bisexual. Who are you? Will the real Porsha Williams Stewart, whomever she is, please stand up? Because right now there's a shapeshifter amongst us, and I can't support that. So anyhow, you guys, make sure you tune in on Sunday. I'm gonna try to talk about it Sunday night. If not, definitely first thing on Monday. It should be interesting. I'm telling you, I'm on pins and needles. I cannot wait to see what happens. I'll definitely be live tweeting. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, you definitely should. Cerebral Diva on Twitter. Yeah, that's about it. Anyhow, you guys, as always, in closing, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, signing out, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a fantastic weekend.